Magandang araw! Sa video presentation na ito, mag-solve tayo ng isang problem about circle under geometry. Narito ang problem. Two semicircles and a circle are drawn tangent to each other inside a quarter circle with radius r as shown. If the area of the blue region is pi r squared over s, what is the value of s? Huwag kalimutang i-like ang video at mag-subscribe. Ito ang Husay, Sipnayan. Balikan natin ang problem. Two semicircles and a circle are drawn tangent to each other inside a quarter circle with radius r, as shown. If the area of the blue region is pi r squared over s, what is the value of s? Para sa ating suggested solution, i-locate natin ang center ng small circle. Tawagin natin itong point A. Ang center ng bigger semicircle. Tawagin natin itong point B. Ang center ng quarter circle. Ito ang ating point C. At ang center ng smaller semicircle. Tawagin natin itong point D. Dahil ang radius ng quarter circle ay R, ang radius ng bigger semicircle ay magiging 1/2 of r or r over 2. Ipagpalagay natin na ang radius ng circle A or ng small circle ay P, ang segment AB ay magiging r over 2 plus P. At dahil ang mga circles ay tangent sa isa't isa, meron tayong right angle sa angle DAB, at ang segment DA ay equal sa segment BC or ang radius ng bigger semicircle. Kaya ang segment DA or AD ay R over 2 din. At ang radius ng circle D ay magiging R over 2 minus P. Kung si-simplify natin ito or gagawing single fraction, magiging r minus 2p over 2. Kung ang area ng blue region ay pi r squared over s, ito ay equal sa area ng quarter circle minus sum of the areas ng two semicircle at small circle. Isulat natin ang equation. Meron tayong pi r squared over s, ang area ng blue region, equals area ng quarter circle, pi r squared over 4, r ang radius ng quarter circle, at dahil ito ay quarter circle, area of the circle divided by 4, minus ang pinagsama-samang area ng dalawang semicircle at ng small circle. Para sa semicircle D, meron tayong pi, ang radius nito r over 2 minus p, open and close parenthesis, squared divided by 2 dahil ito ay semicircle. Ang area ng circle A, pi p squared, at ang area ng bigger semicircle B, pi times its radius, r over 2 squared divided by 2 dahil nga ito ay semicircle. I-simplify natin ang mga terms sa loob ng parenthesis. Magkakaroon tayo ng pi square of binomial, meron tayong r squared over 4 minus r over 2 times p times 2, that is rp. So, meron tayong minus rp plus p squared all over 2. Kopyahin lang natin ang area ng small circle at para naman sa bigger semicircle, pi times r squared over 4 all over 2. I-simplify pa natin. Sa unang term, inside the parenthesis, i-multiply natin both numerator and denominator by 4 para lang natin itong i-multiply sa 1. At masisimplify natin ang mga terms inside the parenthesis. Ganun din, ang third term, i-multiply natin both numerator and denominator by 4 para ma-simplify natin ang complex fraction. Sa loob ng parenthesis, magkakaroon tayo ng pi times the quantity, r squared, nag-cancel dito ang 4, minus 4rp plus 4p squared all over 2 times 4, that is 8. And then, pi p squared. Dito, magkakaroon tayo ng pi r squared. Magka-cancel ang 4 sa denominator. 2 times 4, 8. I-express natin ang terms inside the parentheses as a single fraction, kung saan ang LCD ay 8. Meron tayong pi r squared minus 4rp plus 4p squared plus 8 pi p squared plus pi r squared all over 8. Mag-work tayo sa equation na ito. Mapapansin na sa loob ng parentheses, sa numerator meron tayong common monomial factor na pi. Kaya kung ipa-factor natin ang pi over 8, magkakaroon tayo ng minus pi over 8 times the quantity r squared minus 4rp plus 4p squared plus 8p squared plus r squared. Combine natin ang similar terms. Sa loob ng parentheses, meron tayong 2r squared minus 4rp plus 12p squared. May sisimplify pa rin natin. Ilabas natin ang 2 or i-factor natin bawat terms by 2. Magkakaroon tayo ng 2 pi over 8. Sa labas ng parentheses, ito ay pi over 4. Pi r squared over 4 minus pi over 4 times the quantity r squared minus 2rp plus 6p squared. This time, i-relate natin ng r at p. Balikan natin ang figure. Matatandaan na meron tayong right angle sa angle DAB. Kaya kapag i-connect natin ang points D and B, makakabuo tayo ng right triangle DAB. Gagamit tayo ng Pythagorean theorem. DB squared is equal to AD squared plus AB squared. Ang radius ng semicircle D ay r over 2 minus p. Maaari natin itong i-express as a single fraction, r minus 2p over 2. Ngayon, ang dB ay magiging r minus 2p over 2 plus r over 2 squared. And then, ang AD ay equal sa BC, kaya ito ay r over 2 squared. And then, ang AB ay r over 2 plus p. So, ito ay r over 2 plus p squared. Sa left-hand side, ang r over 2 plus r minus 2p over 2 ay 2r minus 2p all over 2. Kaya masisimplify natin ito as r minus p squared. Sa right-hand side naman, meron tayong r squared over 4. And then, square of binomial, r squared over 4 plus r over 2 times p times 2, ito ay equal sa rp, and then plus p squared. Expand natin ang binomial sa left-hand side. Meron tayong r squared minus 2rp plus p squared. And then r squared over 4 plus r squared over 4 is 2r squared over 4. Magsisimplify as r squared over 2. And then we have rp plus p squared. At this point, subtract natin both sides by p squared, magka-cancel ito. And then, multiply natin all terms ng natirang equation by 2. Then, we will have 2r squared minus 4rp equals r squared plus 2rp. Combine similar terms. 2r squared minus r squared is r squared. And then, 2rp plus 4rp, magkakaroon tayo ng 6rp sa right-hand side. Ang r ay hindi maaaring maging 0 dahil ito ay radius ng quarter circle. Kaya divide both sides by r, meron tayong r is equal to 6p. And then finally, we can get the value of p as equal to r over 6. I-substitute natin ang p equals r over 6 sa iniwan nating equation. Magkakaroon tayo ng pi r squared over 4 minus pi over 4 times the quantity r squared minus 2 times r over 6 plus 6 times r over 6 squared. Kunin muli natin ang nasa left-hand side, pi r squared over s equals pi r squared over 4 minus pi over 4 times the quantity r squared, and then we have 2r times r, that is 2r squared over 6, isimplify natin, minus r squared over 3, and then we have 6r squared over 36, simplified as r squared over 6. This time, mag-work tayo sa equation na ito. I-express natin ang nasa loob ng parenthesis as a single fraction. Meron tayong LCD 6, then we have 6r squared sa numerator, minus 6 divided by 3 is 2 times r squared, minus 2r squared. And then 6 divided by 6 is 1 times r squared, we have r squared. And then, i-factor ulit natin ang 1 over 6, i-multiply natin sa pi over 4. Sa left-hand side, magkakaroon tayo ng pi r squared over 4 minus pi over 4 times 1 over 6, pi over 24. And then, inside the parenthesis, meron tayong 6r squared minus 2r squared plus r squared. Combine natin. 6 minus 2 is 4 plus 1. We have 5r squared. So, we have pi r squared over 4 minus 5 pi r squared over 24 sa right-hand side. Express natin ang right-hand side as a single fraction. LCD is 24. Then 24 divided by 4 is 6 times pi r squared, 6 pi r squared. 24 divided by 24 is 1 times 5 pi r squared. Then we have 5 pi r squared. Combine similar terms in the numerator. This will be pi r squared over s in the left-hand side. Sa right-hand side naman, pi r squared over 24. Divide both sides by pi r squared. Magkakaroon tayo ng 1 over s equals 1 over 24. And then, finally, ang value ng s ay equal sa 24. Maraming salamat sa panonood. Huwag kalimutang i-like ang video at mag-subscribe. Ito ang Husay Sipnayan para sa Math Challenge Problems.